This is the first time I'm reviewing a book years after reading it instead of rating it like directly after. So, this should be interesting. Hopefully, the thoughts are still fresh in my head after like 4 years. Hello, everybody. It's Charlotte. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to our 5th full book review. Today, we are going to be reviewing The Hunger Games, which, as I said before our new fancy intro, I read years and years ago. This isn't a book that I'm reviewing directly after I finish reading it, which is what I've done for the past few. Like, for The Outsiders, I read it months in advance, but not years in advance. So, hopefully I remember it. I'm just kidding. It's The Hunger Games. This book is absolutely unforgettable. There's no way that I could forget any event that happened in this book ever. I could have memory loss as an old woman, and forget everything but this. 'Cause this amazing and unforgettable. I don't think that I've given a book this much praise before I've even gotten to the review. So let's get started before I go on a rant. Something tells me there will be a lot of ranting in this video, so this might be the longest book review yet. Okay, so as per usual, we are going to start with the synopsis. Also, ignore that. That is a paper Viking helmet that I got at the theater when I watched the new How to Train Your Dragon for the first time. So, that's like just there. Yeah. Now for the synopsis. Winning means fame and fortune. Losing means certain death. The Hunger Games have begun. In the ruins of a place known as North America lies the nation of Panem, a shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. The capital is harsh and cruel and keeps the districts in line by forcing them all to send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live TV. 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen regards it as a death sentence when she steps forward to take her sister's place in the games, but Katniss has been close to dead before, and survival, for her, is second nature. Without really meaning to, she becomes a contender, but if she is to win, she will have to start making choices that weigh survival against humanity and life against love. Okay, so obviously this is one of my favorite books of all time. I can't put it up against anything else because it's truly not like anything else. It's like I don't know how I'm even going to do this review because I can't explain it to you unless you've read it. Like, if you've read it, you get it. Like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's like, yeah. Also, can we talk about how on the back the reviews from other authors are by Stephen King, Stephanie Meyer, and John Green? Like, hello? Hello? Coca-Cola, hello. Coca-Cola, hello. Like, can you get, like, a better trio of reviews on this thing? Like, obviously, Stephen King is a king. I haven't read any of his work, but, like, I know. I have some of it. It's in my pile of 300 unread books, I'll get to it eventually, and then Stephanie Meyer with the Twilight Saga. Oh my god. And John Green with The Fault in Our Stars, which is also one of my favorite books of all time, as are the Twilight books. Like, hello? Like, it's incredible to get those reviews. Like, that's insane. Do you see that? Do you see this? That's wild. That's wild. That's crazy. Anyways, about now we would be moving on to the Goodreads review. However, since I read this book years ago in, I want to say 4th or 5th grade, I think is when I read this. I didn't have Goodreads. So obviously I've rated it 5 stars on Goodreads, but like I don't want to write it a full review because like it's not fresh in my brain. I prefer to write reviews for things after, like, directly after I finish them. I finish a book, I put it down, the first thing I do is pick up my phone, write a Goodreads review. That's my routine, that's how I do things. So like maybe one day when I'm in the mood for writing up to the Goodreads review character limit, I don't think I'm going to be writing a Goodreads review anytime soon, but like 5 million stars. Like all the stars ever. Now we're going to talk about the book length. My copy of The Hunger Games is 374 pages, and most of The Hunger Games, like the first book copies, are paperbacks. The only hardcovers they've released were for the first edition, and those are crazy expensive. Like, crazy expensive. I saw one at an antique store for like $300. I also saw a different one at a rare bookstore for $13, and I didn't get it, which I'm regretting, but this is the one that would come in like the regular box set with the other two in the first like main trilogy, with Katniss and Peeta. So yeah, but the book length, it's perfect. The chapter length, if I remember right, like 10 to 15 pages, also perfect. Perfect. Everything's perfect. There's nothing wrong with this book, except for the author's mental health, because Suzanne Collins must be an absolutely insane person, but I would like to meet her because, like, that brain that she has is genius. Now we get to talk about the characters. My favorite character, contrary to, like, some people hate Katniss. She's like the most iconic female main character of any book of all time. Like, and when I say main character, I mean main character. I'm not saying that she's better than Hermione Granger, but Hermione's like not the, like, she's not Harry. She's like not the main character. When I say main character, I mean the main character, not a main character, the main character. Katniss is the best female main character of any book that I've ever read, and I would argue that she's definitely the most iconic ever in history of anything at all. Like, she's so friggin' strong. She's like whenever anybody thinks of a bow and arrow anymore, like they immediately think of Katniss. Like this made up girl from somebody's brain. Now people associate with Katniss. If I were to like pick up a bow and arrow and ask somebody what's the first thing you think of when you think of a bow and arrow, they're like Katniss Everdeen. Maybe not everybody, but the right people that I like the most in the world would say that. Some people find her annoying, but like she's not though. She's not. I mean, she's also Jennifer Lawrence. So maybe I'm biased because she's Jennifer Lawrence. I've watched the movie more recently than I've read the book. I still remember most of like the accurate things from the book though, don't get me wrong. As for my least favorite character, this is it's kind of hard because like some parts of my brain want to go to Marvel because he killed Rue, and some parts want to go to President Snow because of he did this. Like, and some parts of them want to go to Peeta. Don't hate me. I know a lot of people love Peeta. Me personally, I'm Team Gale. I made a whole YouTube short about this a couple years ago. Right there. And like, don't get me wrong, Peeta is like a good guy. Like, he's like sweet and all. I just don't think that he's essential to Katniss's survival. Like, she saved him more times than he benefited her. You know, he's kind of like dead weight most of the time. He's just like, Katniss is like carrying him on her back. Like, he's sweet, he's cute and all, but no. Also, I feel like with all the shared trauma that they have, I don't think that would be healthy in a eventual relationship environment. I feel like Katniss would need somebody that like didn't also have all that trauma, because she obviously has a lot of it, and then that would just weigh on Peeta's shoulders, and then they would both be like depressed. I'm going way too deep into this. They're not real. But for my least favorite character, I will like list President Snow, because he's literally evil and making kids kill each other. So, yeah, it doesn't get much worse than that. I recommend this book more than, mm, probably more than more than a lot of books. I don't know about more than any book, but more than a lot of books. More than any other dystopian book, definitely. Which I haven't read a lot of them. I'm currently reading The Maze Runner, so hopefully there will be a review for that within like the next week or so. I'm not even close to finishing it though, you guys. It's taking me so long to get through. I've also read Divergent. If you want me to do a review on Divergent, comment it down below, and I will. But like, this book, I recommend a lot more than a lot of other books. This is one of my top favorite books of all time. So I highly encourage you to read it or reread it if you haven't read it in a while. So, which I don't know why I'm talking about that. I need to reread it too. We can both reread it, you know? If you've read it already, I've read it already too. Let's both reread it. Let's both do that. Now for a movie review. Because The Hunger Games has a movie, and I've seen the movie. I love Jennifer Lawrence in this movie. She portrayed Katniss to a T. To the best T. I know she like doesn't like Katniss, but like I like her as Katniss, so like I don't really care. I'm just gonna like ignore that. You can dislike her. I love her. I love her. She did great, and it was an amazing movie. There were not many book inaccuracies. Obviously, there are some like things cut out, as there are with any book to movie scenario, because you can't write a screenplay exact to the book. It's like almost entirely impossible unless you want it to be like 6 hours long and like want to get into fights with the author about tiny little baby details that are like this big. Like they're like 2 lines, like 2 sentences. It would just be too complicated. So it's like actually impossible. But for what they did, it was incredibly accurate compared to a lot of other movies based on books. I think about the Hunger Games constantly. I think about the Hunger Games all the friggin' time. I think about the Hunger Games. I think more than I think about The Outsiders, honestly. And The Outsiders is all-time #1 favorite. Probably, honestly, they're really close. They're both kids killing each other. I have a problem. Why are my favorite books about children and teenagers dying and killing each other? I highly recommend The Hunger Games. It is an incredible book. This is definitely going to be my longest book review yet. The recording, I'm set at 20 minutes. It'll definitely be way less than that, but when I edit it and cut stuff out and then post it. But you guys, this is the most I've yammered on about a book in a recording so far. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want me to do a review on the next Hunger Games book, I will definitely do that. And I will see you guys in the next review. All right. Bye, everybody. If you're still here before you go, I just want to let you know that the link in the description Other than like my usual link to my Goodreads or to the Paperback Exchange GoFundMe, there's also a link so you can donate to Team Water. The day that I'm filming this is August 1st, which is the day that Mr. Beast just announced this. And if you don't know what Team Water is, it is a current fundraiser that Mr. Beast is doing. Of course, he's done Team Trees and Team Seas in the past. And with Team Water, they are getting donations so that they can donate to different places around the world that have no access to clean water. This isn't just in Africa or in foreign countries. This is also here in the US, in some places that don't have access to clean water either. So this is all around the globe, several different areas. They're trying to raise $40 million in the month of August. And I support the cause very much. If you would like to learn more or donate, the link is in the description down below. I have made a donation already today, and I would appreciate it if you could also. So, thank you all so much for watching. Bye!